You know who I used to look up to? That's there right now. Bear Alexander.
Oh man,
I
they're
couldn't
a
look.
beast, man.
Yeah, for sure. I've been
Bear's
watching
a
him
beast.
since he was at IMG Academy. I used to be like, man,
Yeah.
that boy's good. When he went to Georgia, he had
Did
like
you
these
meet him?
tracks.
Did you get a chance to meet him when you?
Not physically talked to him, but yeah, I had saw him when I was there. Yeah, and I
Matter
was
of
like,
fact,
man,
when Bear first transferred, I had the pleasure of having. He was the first. I was the first USC interview that he was able to do. Him and his dad, man, they came on here, man. It was a pleasure. Those guys, but he's an absolute monster, man. And can you imagine you next to Bear next year?
yeah. That's what I kept saying when I was in the video. I was like, man, that's crazy. I'm gonna be next to one that was like one of my inspirations. You know what I'm saying? But
Now look, you can't be starstruck because you one of them. You know that, right?
yeah, that's what I was looking at when I was saw him doing one-on-ones. I was like, man, I'm really gonna be able to compete with them because I feel like I'm on their level too. You know, like I'm on the level too. So
You on that level.
yeah,
I can tell you right now by looking at your film from afar, you are absolutely on that level. And I'm sure people told you. I'm sure Pops and everybody told you. But sometimes when you're in that position, it's hard to really tell that you're on that level. But most people tell you from all the outside. But I'm sure, man, as time goes by, you're gonna start realizing the type of player you are, man. But let me ask you this, because I saw something about Bay City. Now, when I think of Texas football, I think of Allen. Who else do I think of? I think of North Shore. I think of Duncanville. So how hard was it? Did you get the proper recruiting, recognition as far as just being around the Bay City High School? Because you guys had somebody else to come out of there last year, didn't you?
yeah, Bryce Turner.
Yeah, well, he went. Where did he go?
Nebraska. He went to Nebraska.
Nebraska. Oh, okay. So how hard was it to get recognized, being from Bay City?
I mean, coming from a town that didn't have such a great record and not like a lot of notoriety, it was time. Like I had to put in the work and promote myself because in a town-based city, no one's coming out here to come watch us besides some D2 or D3 schools, you know.
Let me ask you, where's Bay City close to?
Do you know where Angleton is?
I'm not familiar with. I'm not
familiar with it. It's on the outskirts of Houston, an hour away from
Houston. Okay, so you're down by Houston?
Yeah, Houston. South Houston. I'm on the coast. But you have to go promote yourself. I've said this in multiple interviews, and I feel that a lot of recruits that are in small towns get stuck on, man, I'm posting my film, I'm emailing coaches, and not going to camps and promoting themselves to put them put it in their self in the view of the coaches, you know. So, and it's also what did I say it was? It's a eye test. It's an eye test. That's what I always say.
Right.
Because a lot of people, like I've said in other interviews, that a lot of kids lie about their height, their weight on their their Twitter. You know, so when you go to the camp, you do well at the camp. They be like, oh, this kid's nice. He got the size. He got this. He got that. We're gonna offer him. That's how you do it. You bring the cameras to your hometown if you actually travel.
Right.
I since freshman year all the way to my junior year, I've been grinding, going different camps. I went all the way to Louisiana, I just went everywhere to camps to promote myself, and it ended up working out for me.
Because that's going to lead us into this. When I see this, I just want you to tell me the first thing you think about when you see this. What's the first thing you think about when you see this?
Aaron Donald, man. He coached one of the greats. That's my inspiration.
And that's what I wanted to go into, man, because when you're talking about God leading you and guiding your steps, man, and everything is always, sometimes it's a rocky road. It's a rocky road for a reason, because sometimes that stuff leads us to lessons learned. We always learn through the process. That's what you call the process. So, man, talk about the process and how it got you from there to point A to point B. And now you see this picture right here. Would you ever imagine seeing something like this? I mean, when I'm looking at this now, it's just like, I am lost in the sauce completely, man. Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Man, I say it's truly a blessing how God worked his ways out, because a lot of people were thinking I was going to go to Bama too. Nick Saban retired.
You see how that worked out?
Exactly. Like everything worked out, and now we're getting L.A. Rams coach, like D-line coach, and he coached Aaron Donald, one of the greats. And Coach Lynn, he's a great coach, came from UCLA, so I feel like I'll fit well in his defensive front. And y'all also got Coach Deg Belt from U of H.
Right.
And I already have a great relationship with him too, so I feel like it all worked out. I'm going to be getting coached by all the greats, you know.